So today I would like to talk about something which is pretty off the topic, and I really want to make this video since I'm staying in Hong Kong for more than a year, and I wanted to share my experience which you might need it when you're in Hong Kong. During my stay in Hong Kong and making friends with the local people, I started to realize that I can speak and talk just like them in Cantonese, or in English in Cantonese accent, or what they call Hong Kong accent. To be honest, I don't really know how did I master this skill, but I just did it. Probably I'm Malaysian, and where Malaysians always have the talents to speak different languages. So in order for you to master this particular set of skills, there are 4 tricks which you need to grasp and absorb, and you'll be able to mingle with the Hong Kong people. So for these 4 little tricks, from the first one to the third one, are basically our pronunciation. So whenever you see a letter R in a word, especially start with the PR. For example, you got words like produce, present, professor, preliminary, probability, protect, promote, probations, or professionals. So whenever you see the words PR in a particular word, or you can see a letter R in a word, normally Hong Kong people skipped the R sound, so they don't literally pronounce as R. So how do Hong Kong people pronounce these words? I'm going to show you the examples. Produce, present, professor, preliminary, probability, protect, promote, probation, and professional. So you could realize that when Hong Kong people speaking or talking about these words, they have totally neglected the R sound. So for the second one, whenever you see a vowel A in the words, for example, assignment, alignment, appreciate, approximate, assumed, available, and approach. Well, for Hong Kong people, how do they pronounce it? It's just like this: assignment, alignment, appreciate, approximate, assume, available, approach. So if you could realize, I just pronounced the word appreciate. There are 2 letters P and R inside this word. Appreciate, AP and PR. So just like the previous one, you just don't have to pronounce the R sound. Well, the A sound, instead of appreciate, they will say appreciate. So it sounds interesting for these Hong Kong people to talk like that. Probably they don't have any R sound in the Cantonese. That's why they get used to not to pronounce the R sound. While for the A sound, instead of appreciate as A, they will literally pronounce it as R. I don't know how did they come up with that traditional speaking. This is just how they speak in real life. So appreciate, they will say it as appreciate. Well, for another words, the very good example, approach, you also have the letter PR inside the word. They will totally skip the R sound, while for the A sound, they will pronounce as R. So approach, they will say it like approach. 哇，你嘅 approach 好似唔掂喎，一啲都唔 professional 嘅。So for the third little trick which you need to absorb is the letter AR, ER, OR in a particular word. For example, producer, professor, furthermore, stronger, better, and water. So whenever you see all these words, Hong Kong people will pronounce it differently. So it's just like this: producer, professor, furthermore, stronger, better, and water. So same case, a very good example about this word producer. You will see letter PR in front of the word, and you will see the letter OR at the end of the word. Just like this, producer, they will say it as producer. So if you can master on how to pronounce this word, you can totally speak a very good English in Cantonese accent. And another example is professor. So same case, you got PR in front of the word and OR at the end. So instead of saying professor, they will say it as professor. Well, for the 4th trick, I'm going to show you an example of a conversation between a Hong Kong people and a non-local Hong Kong people, you can totally notice what's the difference, and you can listen to all the tricks on the pronunciations which I've just taught you. So right now, let's listen to this conversation. Hey John, have you done the assignment that Professor Lee has given to us? No, I haven't done the assignment from Professor Lee. I'm not even have done the presentation slide for the assignment too. Maybe I will do it in this Sunday. Oh, I see. Because I have the questions on the part 2 about the Stokes formula. It's getting me crazy, man. I need some guidance from you. Oh, the Stokes formula. I haven't started looking at it yet. Maybe you can ask the professor yourself and then you can tell me back. Hey John, do you notice that last month's sale was even more terrible than the previous month? I even got the complaints from the clients about your product. Can you just explain to me what's going on right now? It's okay, I've settled the problem already. And this year, I personally assume that our product sale will become better because our team will become stronger. This is because I approached my partner last week and he told me that he will be available and help me to present and promote our product to other people. So just don't worry about it, okay? Alright, after you guys have listened to this conversation, you can easily notice that Hong Kong people speak in a pretty flat-toned or monotoned in English. This is probably due to the influence to them in speaking Cantonese, and this is how they speak Cantonese in a pretty flat tone, and this is how it got influenced them to speak English in this way. So even though during this conversation I try pretty hard to pronounce all these words in Hong Kong accents, probably you don't need to emphasize too much on the pronunciations as long as you can speak English in a monotone. So I want to put out this disclaimer is that not all or 100% of the Hong Kong people speak in that way. Probably like 50% or 60%, so even the older generation of Hong Kong people speak like that. It doesn't mean that their English is bad. Probably it's just the way they speak, the accents of it. Everyone has their own accents because this is not their mother tongue in speaking English, and neither do I. And this video is merely for entertainment purposes. I just want to show you guys how Hong Kong people speak English in that way. So when you come to Hong Kong and you want to mingle with the Hong Kong people, you can speak in that way too, but not too over with all this pronunciation and flat tone tricks. And it will just surprise them. It's just merely for fun, alright? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So if you have any other comments or you have any other tricks on speaking English in Hong Kong accent, just drop me a comments below and share it to other people. I'll see you in the next video.